making me feel so. Should I stay? Should I go? I don't know.
Hey y'all, it's Myra. So today I wanted to do an update on being a single mom and also just give y'all an update of like what I have going on, some good news, some bad news, some, really raw of how things have been going for me. So this may be kind of long, maybe not. If you hear anything in the background, Santo's in his swing, and I'll probably have to get him in a little bit because he doesn't like to be in there too long. But I'm going to try to get through this video. So yeah. First of all, yes, I'm still a single mom. Me and the father of my child tried to work things out. It didn't work, so, I'm not going to speak too much on that, but you can read the room. Didn't work out. Doing things on my own, but it's fine. I have a big support system and then some, so it's just I'm fine. I'm not upset. Things happen for a reason. I'd rather be happy with somebody who really loves me than miserable with somebody who hates me, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, so that's kind of how we stand. So I'm officially a single mom, which, anybody can judge me for that if y'all would like. And we're going to talk about judgment in this video as well. If you're not a believer of Christ, or you don't want to hear biblical annotations or anything like that, this is not the video for you. This whole video is not about the Lord, but I will touch on that because it's something that has really helped me get along through some of the things I've been going through. Like I said, this is an update of being a single mom, but also an update on my life. So I would like to touch on postpartum depression because it's something that I really did struggle with and have. And now that I'm coming out of my postpartum depression, I realized kind of how bad I had it. So I'm like, I don't know, it's like one day, which you guys know I got on an antidepressant. I'm taking Prozac. It's something I felt that I needed to do because I struggled with depression prior to having a baby. So having a baby really kind of like amplified it. So yeah, by the way, excuse my room. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, so basically coming out of postpartum, it just felt like I finally felt like myself again. I would say I came out of postpartum depression like last month, if that. I struggled more than I thought I was. I was kind of avoiding it, but also I wasn't like tapping into myself. I was kind of catering to other thoughts, other ideas, and other people. So I really needed to take some time to myself and realize what I was going through and basically get right, because I don't have time to be sad. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it like that, but I don't have time to be sad. Like, I have a child, I have myself, I'm trying to get all my ducks in a row. Right now I'm living with my parents, I'm trying to get my own place, so it's just taking a step back, being alone for a while. I needed that really bad because I wasn't really doing that. I felt lonely, and I realized that I needed to feel lonely to feel back, to pour back into myself. What postpartum felt like, it was just kind of like a cloud was just always over me. I felt like I wasn't a good mom. I felt like I wasn't doing things that people kind of was telling me I wasn't doing right, or I wasn't doing this. And it's just like, I was talking to a therapist. I need to get back into therapy, but my therapist told me, like, don't allow people that don't have children or aren't in your situation to dictate anything. Like, men, women, anybody, they don't get to tell you what you experience or what you're doing wrong, especially when they don't have children of their own. And a lot of people in my circle did not have children, but they kind of shunned me for certain things that I was doing and certain things that I was feeling and stuff like that. And they've never had postpartum depression. They haven't had a child. They don't have that responsibility 24/7, you know? So like I don't get a break. The only time I get a break is if I go to work, and that's not a break, you know? I don't really get a break. I begged my mom to like watch him today so I could wash my hair, you know? Like it's such a lifestyle change, and I feel like people don't like really understand how much you have changed and how much you have to change, but they also kind of like dictate like, oh well, you should be doing this, or you should be feeling like this, or and it's, you know, it's not fair. So I had to take a step back from a lot of people, and it's just, you know, it was personal. So so I have notes down here, by the way. So living at home has been good. It's been good for the most part. I have help from my mom. She watches him when I ask her to, mostly. Sometimes she gets overwhelmed, and you know, it just kind of is like, sometimes I feel like I don't have help, and I know that's very selfish of me to say because I have so much help, but not being able to like take a long shower or do my nails or do, you know, cater to myself is starting to like kind of get to me. I'm still kind of struggling with that now. I feel like I never have time to like do things for myself, but that's part of being a mother. It's about balance. I've been trying to film this video. I've been trying to get back on here, y'all, but it's been really rocky here lately with the baby. He's 6 months. He's spoiled. He's just a handful. So, and doing it by yourself, but also trying to figure out your life and figure things out for yourself, it just gets to be quite a lot. So yeah, living at home has been cool. I've been helping my parents out in ways that I can. They've been helping me out in ways that they can, but at the end of the day, we're not, this ain't the Ritz-Carlton. Like, we don't have it like that. So I'm just doing the best I can and trying to figure things out, and that's kind of where I'm at in life right now, and I'll touch on that. So right now, y'all know I was dancing and I was working at my home club, and actually I just got fired this past weekend. Well, I went this past weekend. I got fired. No, the weekend before this. And then I went back on Thursday, and then they told me they had to terminate my contract. It's a long story. A customer kissed me. They fired me. And it is what it is. It didn't really upset me because I feel like I'm on my way out of that lifestyle anyways. I've tried to make it work in different ways. Lots of different ways. Not like that. I never did anything besides dancing. But it just wasn't working, and I had to come to terms with that and understand that, yeah, I may have to do that for right now just to make ends meet and take care of my child, but overall that's not what I want to do. It always leaves me high and dry. I end up just not making any money. I struggle. Like, it's not the same as it used to be, for me at least. And I've even tried traveling. I know I shouldn't have been traveling with a child, but I was trying to just make it work. That didn't work out. So I just, it just a sign, like, hang it up. You know, it may work for other people. It may work for people even where I live, but it's not working for you, and that's okay. I had to realize that that's okay. I used to be really good at it. I used to make a lot of money, but now I don't, and that's okay. That's just that's just telling me that I need to find a different path, and I need to, I just need to find my own way, you know, and whether that's me being square or, you know, the terminology we used, and that's just what it is. I'd rather be able to provide for myself and my child than keep trying to make something work that clearly isn't going to. So yeah, that's how that's been going. I've been applying for jobs. I've applied for about 40 jobs so far. I was trying to do part-time. There's not a lot of part-time positions at the moment, so I may have to do a full-time job, which is just something I'm just gonna have to sacrifice and just do. But I need something that makes sense. You know, I don't have time to try to figure something out with something that clearly hasn't worked for years, you know, and that's okay. You know, I used to be upset about it. I used to think like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? there's nothing wrong with me. It's just I'm not supposed to be there, you know. I've been trying to come to terms with that, and like I said, this video is going to turn into like a discussion about Christ, so I will touch on that like I did on my last one. And I hate that I even went back to the lifestyle, but I felt like I had no other really choice, because my son, he's a lot to handle, you know, and working nights was more convenient for everybody because my mom was watching him at night. It was just more convenient, so it was working, but it wasn't working because I wasn't making adequate money. So one thing that I have kind of been going through that's kind of personal but also needs to be discussed. If you don't have children and you're watching this, please analyze your situation before you have children. I don't regret my child by any means. Don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. But my father, I don't really speak about him too much when it comes to Santo, because he doesn't hold him. He doesn't hold my child. He kind of plays with him. Now he lets him like grab his finger. But my dad was in the military, and he went to Iraq, and he, you know, that he has PTSD from that pretty bad, you know. Not to the point where I feel like he would necessarily hurt my child or hurt me or anything like that. He's not like to that point, but he has like an anxiety attack if he does hold him. So that does kind of bother me, because I wish, you know, Santo could be held by my dad, especially the fact that he doesn't too much have a father figure in his life. So I wish, you know, that could be done, and I've cried about it, and you know, it just hurts, you know, because like that's his only grandfather, and I wish they could have a better relationship maybe when he gets older, but I'm not too much betting on it. So yeah, what I mean by analyze your situation, like if you know that your parents or any of your family is going to be taking care of your child most of the time, analyze the situation, like see who is fit, who's equipped to take care of the child, and who's not. Because even my mom had to learn, and she struggles with him even to this day because he's a handful. So just be very cautious about your plan about childcare, or who's going to be watching your child and all of that. Especially like if you have like history of, you know, bad things, I'm not going to say too much, happening in your family. Thankfully I never had anything like that. But just pay attention and consider those things if you can before you have a child. I wish I did. I didn't think that, you know, that would be an issue, but it is. So I wish my dad could be more active with him, but also I try to understand, but it's also kind of like it hurts me. So yeah. So now I'm gonna talk about adjusting to motherhood. I feel like now I'm getting the hang of it. I know where it wasn't perfect, which this is my first child, and I know I wasn't perfect. You know, some things I did wrong, some things I should have did differently. But I'm starting to get the hang of it, y'all. He's adjusting pretty well. He's very active. He's 6 months old, and he's just getting to that stage where he needs a lot more attention, which he always needed attention, but now he's smart enough to know, like, oh, if I cry, somebody's gonna pick me up. And the reason why like I want to move out is because I'm trying to like unspoil him, but I'll let him cry or whatever, but then my mom will come in my room and be like, oh, let me have him, and I'll try to explain to her that's the problem. Hold on. So yeah, this is Santo. Hopefully he'll be pretty chill. We'll see. But yeah, I feel like I'm getting the hang of it. He's getting a little bit easier in some ways, harder in others. So it's kind of been definitely a learning experience, but you know, it's beautiful at the same time. I love being a mom. I can genuinely say that. I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm not complaining about doing it on my own. Like I explained in the last video, I kind of prefer it that way for his overall well-being. So yeah, yeah, this is Santo. Luckily his hair didn't fall out. He has a head full. And he's very, very observant, so he's going to be looking around, all of that. You can't really see him. That's a little better, but yeah. So also, one thing about adjusting to motherhood is I'm trying to establish a routine for me and Santo, and that's something I've struggled with, because it seemed like every stage he goes through is just different. So he used to wake up about 10 a.m. Now he wakes up about 7. So it works out because I'll probably have a full-time job here soon, hopefully. So he'll be waking me up for work, so it's no big deal, and I'm getting used to like waking up early. But I'm trying to establish a routine so I can take better care of myself and also take care of him at the same time. I tend to put him first, which, you know, you're supposed to put your children first. I'm not complaining, but I'll skip out on like maybe eating breakfast or maybe washing my face, or you know, things I should be doing to make myself feel good too, because if you don't feel good, you can't be 100%, you know, to your child, I feel. So I'm trying to establish a routine. If you have any tips for that, please leave a comment down below. But yeah, it's just been kind of like, I feel like I don't really have time to do certain things, because he's very needy. As y'all can see, he's spoiled. You see how fast he calms down. But then here soon, he'll start crying too because he'll get bored, you know. So I'm just trying to make it make sense, you know. So yeah, I put working nights and early mornings on here before I got fired. But yeah, I might have to try a different club just temporarily so I can just have a little bit of money until I start my new job, whatever that job is, the Lord is gonna reveal. But yeah, working nights and having very early mornings was getting very hard. I was, you know, drinking at work and things like that, so it was a lot, and I saw it on my face. Like I never had dark circles before, but I started to have dark circles, gaining weight, you know, signs of depression, things like that I noticed was coming from my lifestyle, and I need to make a change, which is what I'm trying to do now. Like I said, I've applied for 40 jobs, so I'm just waiting to hear back. But yeah, so an update on Santo. He is 6 months. He is 16 pounds. He's a little bit under what he's supposed to be, but he's kind of like not drinking his milk like he used to, but he's also teething. He has a tooth on the bottom and one is coming in beside it. So I know that has to do with it. I've been trying to give him Tylenol and Oragel and freezing things to give it to him, but you know, it's just one of those things. He's happy and healthy, and that's all that matters. He's not showing signs of dehydration or anything like that, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'm just gonna continue doing what I'm doing. But yeah, another thing I have on here, he's hitting a lot of his milestones early. Like he can sit up on his own for, you know, a long time right now. The doctor said that's like a 7-8 month thing. He's 6 months, and he was kind of doing that at 5 months. So he's definitely sitting up. He's babbling. He's starting to say, I don't know why he's starting to say dada, but I think that she don't realize, you know, he's just talking. But yeah, he's teething. He has a tooth. What else does he have going on? fine motor skills are, you know, getting better and better. He's grabbing stuff, putting it to the other hand, scratching stuff to feel texture, putting stuff in his mouth to feel texture. Yeah, so he's trying to start crawling too, so he's really, you know, hitting his milestones early. So that's really good. He's very, very smart, y'all. Very smart. Y'all wouldn't even believe it. Just little things that I'll catch him doing, and I'm just like, oh wow, like you're so smart, you know. Which we know who he gets that from. But yeah, I put the milk concern on here because he's not drinking as much milk as possible. So I would like, if you know any tips about trying to get him to drink the 6 ounces like he's supposed to. He's still only drinking 4. If you have any tips on how to get him to drink more milk, please let me know. I switched to feeding him 4 ounces every 2 hours, which is super hard, but I'm trying to get all his nutrients and everything. And that's working out a little bit better, but he is wasting a lot of milk. So yeah, if you have any tips for that, please let me know. The doctor didn't help too much on that. She's just like, just try and stuff like that. She said don't give him baby food anymore or cereal or anything like that, because food is for fun, but he needs his milk. So I don't know. It's just starting to get a little hard. We recently celebrated his half birthday, his 6-month birthday. We went to the zoo, and then we went to eat after at Applebee's, him, me, and my mom. And it was nice. He cried at the animals because he doesn't really understand quite yet. It was a bit early to take him to the zoo, but I wanted him to like get outside and do something for his 6th month. And I would want to get him to start taking him outside more, like maybe taking walks or something like that, especially since the weather, she's like, who are you talking to? Especially since the weather is getting pretty good. So yeah, we definitely celebrated his half birthday. He had the cutest little outfit on. I'll insert a picture right here. He's looking like he's looking at it, but yeah, he looked really cute. So yeah, that was fun. It was nice to get out the house. It was nice to get some fresh air, and that's something I want to do more often, because it is nice to get out and do things, especially when you're in the house all the time with the baby. Fresh air helps with, you know, depression and things like that, mental, you know, stuff that you have going on. So it's good to get outside. It's free, even if we just walk around the neighborhood, you know. I'd rather do that and have him also learn outside as well, and also see if he has any allergies. I'm not sure. He sneezes quite a bit, but I think he's just, I don't know, I sneeze a lot. But now it's the part of the video where I wanted to touch on Christ. So if you're not really into that, go ahead and click off. You know, you don't have to comment that anything crazy or anything stupid. I'd rather you not. Look like a bald spot. But yeah, so I recently read the entire book of Job. It took me a while because, you know, I had to keep stopping and stuff like that. And Job isn't even that long, but it did take me a little while to really understand, like, maybe why I'm going through what I'm going through, because I feel like I'm getting hit with stuff back to back. And what I learned is maybe I'm being judgmental or something. I'm not sure. I really have to do some self-reflecting, but I know God has been trying to show me different things, and I would be upset and things like that, like about dancing not working out and everything. But when I had already had so many losses by the time they told me that I was fired, that at that point I knew, like, I was like, okay, this is my sign. Like, I've had multiple signs, but I'm like, when am I gonna learn? Because God will only show you so much until you just, you know, And that's what I learned in Job. Like, God will show you so much until you're gonna, what do they say, dig your own grave. So I could feel me going down a really dark path even before this. So I really just want to change my life and just have more discipline and understand that it's okay to be a square, because what's more important is me taking care of my child than trying to, you know, keep up with the Joneses or be free and stuff like that. I'm an adult. Adults have jobs, you know, and that's okay. So yeah, I actually forgot to touch on this, but as y'all know, I went to cosmetology school and I found out I was pregnant my last day of school, so I didn't take state board because I quickly just got a job because I was like, I don't think his dad's gonna be there. I need to buy things to prepare for the baby and stuff like that. So I worked my entire pregnancy, and that's what I felt I had to do. You know, I had to put cosmetology on the back burner because I needed to take care of business. So in the state of Oklahoma, you have a year from your graduation date to take the test, and I graduated last March. So I'm like, dang, it's past March. I never took state board. I put it off. I actually contacted state board about 2-3 weeks ago, and I emailed the person over testing, and I'm like, hi, you know, I didn't take state board in the year requirement. How many review hours do I need to do? And I was like, how am I gonna pay for school? Like, I exhausted my financial aid, the school that I have to take the review hours. I don't even think they take financial aid. So I'm like, how am I gonna do this? So she emailed me back and was like, hi, I got an affidavit from your school that you completed all of your hours. I'll go ahead and let you test. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God, you know. I thought I was gonna have to do review hours and go back to school for, you know, 3 to 6 months. And I'm like, how am I gonna do that with the baby? And, you know, dance is not working out, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that, you know. I mean, I have to do what I have to do, but it was stressing me out. And I think that's why I put it off so long, because I was already going through so much. So when she told me that, she said, okay, come this Friday, fill out this form, get it notarized, and bring your exam fee. And I was like, okay, you know, I'll do that. And I did that, and I have my, what's on here? Well, it's a lot of information on here, but I have my work permit. I'm just waiting to hear when my test date is. So I'm about to get back into my cosmetology book and start watching YouTube videos about state board and things like that, and trying to practice. I do have one mannequin head, and I may have to buy another one with real hair. So yeah, that's some good news that I got. If I wanted to work in a salon or anything, I can, because I have my permit. But right now, I can't worry about clients, or, you know, I have a baby to take care of. I'd rather that be a side hustle until it can become full-time for me, because I don't have that option to not, you know, I don't have the option to kind of dive head first into the industry like I used to have, because I have a baby. So yeah, but it's okay, you know. I'm grateful that I am able to test without having to do review hours, and that really was some really good news. So yeah, so that's definitely God stepping into my life, like, hey, you know, that your past is over. And I'm trying to teach myself that old habits don't give you new results. You know, if I'm noticing I'm not making money, and hoping that I do, and it doesn't happen for literally years, why do I keep doing it? You know, and I was thinking, like, maybe somebody put a hex over me or something like that, but I had to realize, like, I'm one of God's children. No, that's not gonna happen. It's just the fact of God's trying to take me out of that lifestyle. And I'm grateful for that because I needed that, you know. I didn't want to hear it from man, and by man I mean flesh. I didn't need to hear it from flesh. I needed to hear it from God. And that goes with a lot in my life. I don't listen to flesh. I listen to God. And I've been trying to, you know, get closer to Christ and everything. And I know that I was kind of drinking too much, and it just wasn't healthy what I was doing. I was doing sporadic things, not really, you know, just kind of being stupid a little bit. But like I said, I'm not blaming postpartum because that's just, you know, but I do believe that I feel like it played a part into it because I just didn't feel like myself. Like, I can genuinely say that. And I used to think, oh, people are being dramatic about postpartum. It's just regular depression. They can get through that. No, it's different. It's different. When he was first born and when I brought him home, I was so scared, y'all, at night. My mom would sleep in my room with me. I would beg her to. You know, she would do it. It's not begging, but, you know, I would cry to her about it and stuff. Like, I was scared and everything. And it's so crazy. I would have Tubi on, if y'all know what Tubi is. And they have the Degrassi series. And I knew it was long, so I knew it would play all night. So I would play Degrassi all night to hear people's voices and feel like I wasn't alone. And now that I look back on that, I realize how bad my postpartum was. And it, you know, it kind of makes me sad because, like, wow, I was really feeling like that. But back to the Lord, I have definitely trying to read my Bible and try to be more of a woman of God. I'm trying to step into my feminine era the way God intends women to be. I've been angry most of my life. I've been hard. I've been, you know, and I'm just tired. You know, I just want peace. And I know I can achieve peace. I just have to look to the Lord. I can't look to anybody else. And I should want that for my child. You know, I didn't necessarily want to dance, but I feel like I felt like I had to. And I don't know why I felt like I had to, but I felt like I had to because I needed money and I wasn't on WIC yet. I wasn't utilizing my resources. His dad was kind of saying one thing, doing another, leading me on, saying he'll take care of this, take care of that, then he won't. So yeah, I learned my lesson, and I'm grateful that I learned it as fast as I did. Some people stay with their child's father for years and years and years, and I'm not doing that. And like I said, there's something that happened. I'm not going to touch on it in this video or probably ever, but just know, like, I don't play when it comes to my child. You have one chance and one chance only, and after that there's no more chances. I don't, you know, my child will not be half loved by anybody, and I will fight to the day I die to make sure he's not half loved by anybody. It's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. But yeah, that's basically what I have been going on. I would like to make more videos about what I'm learning in Christ and everything. I want to vlog, y'all. Maybe I will once my money gets a little bit better and I can actually, like, do things. But I will definitely do more sit down videos. I know they're not the most popular, but just to put something out and let y'all know how I'm doing and everything. I'll try to vlog, you know, maybe more so, like I said, visual diaries, but they won't be over a week. They may be over 2 weeks. They may be over a day. They may be over a month. You know, I can't stress myself out about a schedule at the moment. I'm trying to get my life together. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, I will leave my email down below if you are a single mom and need somebody to talk to, or you're trying to figure things out, or you just need some advice, or you know, want to talk about the Lord and I can help you find scriptures and things like that. I'll leave my email down below, so feel free to email me, and just know it gets better. It gets better. It does. And if you're struggling, y'all, please don't hesitate to go to your doctor and or do therapy, or you know, a lot of people don't want to take medicine, but if you feel like if you're struggling, it's okay to get on an antidepressant. It's helped me a lot. But also turning to God has helped me a lot as well. I'm not saying that'll work for everybody. I know we're supposed to be I'm sorry if this is the wrong terminology. I'm still growing with Christ, but disciples of his word, like we're supposed to try to bring people to Christ, but I don't want to pressure anybody. Everybody's walk is different, and if you feel like it's your time for your walk, by all means open your Bible, you know, and pray and go to God, because I was turning to men and that does not work. Trust me, it does not work. Whether it's through friendships, relationships, sexual partners, sometimes even therapists. I'm not saying don't do therapy, but be strategic on the type of therapist you want. If one isn't working, switch it up. Do a different therapist. But utilize your resources as a mom. WIC is such a great program. I'm so grateful that I have it, because this formula is so expensive. So please, please, you know, you're not too good to utilize resources. So definitely try WIC. Try to get on stamps. Try to get housing. Try to get childcare. Do whatever you have to do, and don't let anybody judge you for it. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let y'all see Santo one more time. He's looking at the iPad. Santo. He's looking at the iPad. Santo. There we go. There. Oh. Now he's grabbing this tripod over here. But yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't hesitate to use my email to talk or anything like that. And I will catch y'all on the next one.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me